السلام عليكم. لا تنسوا الاعجاب بالفيديو والاشتراك في القناة تشجيعا لنا لنستمر بنشر المزيد إن شاء الله.
We've talked about the need for the two fixed points, the bridge end and the body. But let's bear in mind they're only fixed points if they don't move. Once they move, they're no longer fixed points. And to make sure that they don't move, we need stability. And that starts, first of all, with the stance. Now, in years gone by, Joe Davis was the best player of his era. And Joe used to advocate that we stood like a boxer, something like that. But Joe was predominantly left-eyed. He had a very weak right eye, and he used to play with his chin over the cue. If we think about what he was doing by standing like a boxer, what he was actually doing was presenting his strength, his left eye to the table. Now, because he was the best player of his era, everybody thought they had to stand like Joe. Modern players no longer do that. Generally, they stand squarer to the table. Now, I am right-handed and right-eye dominant. If I stood like Joe, I would be trying to present my weakness to the table. I want to present my strength. Now, ideally, I should stand like that, presenting my strength to the table. But the game does not allow me to do that. So the best I can do is stand square or squarer to the table. So using this shadow on the floor here, let me demonstrate. My cue is on line, so my right foot is on line. That sets up me the freedom to play the shot and get my cue moving. I need stability this way. So to achieve that, my left foot wants to be slightly wider than hip width. I also need stability going forwards and backwards. So to achieve that, my left foot wants to be slightly in advance of the right foot. Again, using the shadow, what we do, the right foot is on the line. The left foot, slightly wider than hip width and slightly in front of the right foot. I recommend that it should be about half the width of your foot, half the length of your foot in front. So, slightly wider than hip width, slightly in front. Now that is not set in tablets of stone. I don't mean that at all. We don't always, all of us, stand the same, but it's a good guide. So looking at that, right foot's on the shadow, left foot slightly wider than hip width, slightly in front. I've got stability that way and stability that way. Just so you can have a good view of it from the back. Right foot's on the line, left foot slightly wider than hip width, slightly in front. And I'm in a good position to play the shot. If I'm a very tall man, which I'm not of course, but if I was, some of them have a problem getting the cue parallel using that sort of stance. So what they do is they bend both legs. I haven't got a problem with that at all, as long as they stay still. It obviously will help me to stay still if I brace this leg. But if I need to bend it to get lower, that's fine also, providing I stay still.